The still and quiet of a Romney Marsh morning in mid-May is about to be broken by the sound of 10 steam locomotives and 2 diesels firing into life for the start of over 30 hours of constant running on the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Railway. It's the biggest event the railway's hosted in 5 years. So join us for an inside look at the 95th anniversary gala. Locomotive number 1, Green Goddess, and number 9, Winston Churchill, roll off shed to begin an epic weekend for them, including over 50 miles running at night. As well as every available Romney engine and steam, there's 2 guests from the Ravenglass and Eskdale Railway in Cumbria. 104-year-old Katie and 108-year-old River Ert, the oldest working 15-inch gauge steam locomotive in the world. Gala, you've only just joined the Romney. What do you make of it?
Absolutely amazing. Arrived here this morning at 8 o'clock, popped down the shed, was talking to a few people about diagramming issues and a couple of things they'd noticed. I turned round, having walked down the shed, and there were people all over the place. The place had just come alive, and it was really good to see.
With over 50 train movements spread over 2 days, 12 locomotives requiring drivers and trains running through the night, this gala isn't just a spectacle for visitors, but it's a massive logistical exercise. And at the heart of that will be New Romney signaller Tom and the timetable's creators, Alex and Phil.
We wrote hundreds of timetables before we even got to the one we're on now, where we're writing, oh, that doesn't work, we'll try that, and yeah, a lot of trial and error.
What kind of thing goes into writing a gala timetable? How do you do it? You just sit there with a bit of paper and what happens?
We write down what we want to do, we try and write out the timetable, argue about it, go, no, that won't work, and then we'll try again. And 5 months it's been in the planning, and today is the day.
And how are you feeling about it?
It's good. I'm nervous. I just hope it goes all okay, but I'm sure everyone will try their hardest and it'll be a brilliant day.
So normal signallers on a big railway, on the heritage railways and the main line, will just signal trains through, go out occasionally and grab the tablet or staff for whichever section. Here at the railway, because we only really have one member on the footplate at all times and he's got to do the role of both the driver and fire, we tend to be also the person who will go and couple up the locos as well, so we don't just pull our levers all day. We still dish out tickets and tablets and so forward, but yeah, we also come out, help shunt around the yard, shunt sets away, and then uncouple and couple up locos and watch them take up water at the end of the day and things like that as well. So there's quite a lot to do for here as a signaller. We're not just your average signaller.
It's not all on Tom's shoulders. Hiding just behind the signal box in New Romney is the control centre, with Ian Botting and a GPS screen.
Yep, we've got GPS on all the locos, so we can tell how they're approaching, how they're, especially when we've got non-stops, we can speed them up, slow them down, tell them what other trains are doing around them. So yeah, we've got a full picture of everything that's going on. We can see what's happening here from New Romney. Basically today I'll be listening to the radio, checking all the trains in and out the different stations they go along, keeping it well marked on my timetable, and basically just making sure everything's ticking along as it should do. Quite a busy little job today.
When the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Railway opened 95 years ago, the owner, John Howie, the original Captain Jack, fully intended the railway to be a main line, filling in the gap the Southern Railway had left between New Romney and Hythe. And in the early days they did try and do that. They had very intensive timetables running into the evening, running all the way through the winter as well. But it's fair to say that over time the railway settled down into the job that it's done ever since, taking holidaymakers to the beach.
Howie was sort of, as well as a speed freak, being a sort of a Formula One equivalent driver of the day, he wanted to run fast and intense. He wanted a main line in miniature. He didn't want a sort of a pootling around a country park to a railway. So the expresses, the freights, exactly what you see on the main line, and that's what we're sort of reenacting today in many ways.
There are 10 locomotives out today and 2 diesels. I'm on number 9 with Alan.
Hi there.
And it's brilliant. It's not the number of locos out today that makes it really special for me. It's the number of people. We've just left Dungeness where the platform was packed and so was the cafe. Romney Sands was packed. Every station we've been through today has been really busy. It's so good to see, especially after 2 years of COVID, that this railway can come roaring back. And everyone's having such a great time. So we're on a double header now. What's that like for you?
Well, I'm always tailing Charlie because I drive the bigger loco and they can't see the other locos if I'm in front. And basically I give him a shove when he needs it when we're building up speed, and then I sit back and enjoy the ride. He does all the work. It's easy.
Social media feed this morning, someone has commented, Romney everywhere, which is great. Yeah, it's really good to see. And that's from someone who's up north. So we are getting our name shown around the place, which is very important.
So I'm doing a report here for the local news for ITV Meridian about the steam gala. Our viewers tend to love steam engines. They're on our programme quite a lot. We did a special report here last summer for Spirit of the South. We're back again to cover all the celebrations this weekend.
And as Kit said, people come to the railway to see the steam engines, and the locomotive department started early on Saturday, 5 AM, to get the show on the road.
Well, we were fairly lucky this morning in that most of the locos had been prepared already, but there were 4 out yesterday, so we had to dig out the fires that were in those previously and empty the ash pans and so on. Tomorrow morning they're going to have an even harder job because they're going to have 10 locos to dig out as well as light up again.
So why do you do it?
I have no idea. Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock when I got up, yeah, you do wonder.
And with the gala well underway, there weren't too many hairy moments for Tom the signaller. Well, more or less.
Are you ready to propel out into one? What am I doing?
discovering you have a train full of passengers on platform 2 when the stock needs to be shunted on platform 1 leads to some interesting exchanges. But it all gets sorted, and in the end the through train hammers past, complete with giant green catapult. As the timetable winds down a bit and some of the engines go to bed, it's usually a sign to go home, but today isn't usual. So you're done for the day, but you're not really done, are you?
Yeah, no, not really. So the operations bit for the day's done, the work bit's done, and it's just enjoy the evening with a few of the colleagues, a few of the friends, and bring the girlfriend round as well, and she can come along as well, and we'll have hopefully a lovely time. And then once the parallel run's done this evening, time for a well-earned sleep and back in at 8 again tomorrow to do it all again.
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, we started planning it in January basically. 1st of January, 2nd of January, I had a day in Hive Box with Phil, and yeah, we wrote down what we wanted to do and went from there.
How do you feel now you're here?
It just goes so fast on the day, it's just crazy. It is crazy how fast it goes. Like I've done 88 miles today, and I couldn't hardly remember what I did. It's flowing by. It's really good fun.
And normally at this time of night, because it's getting on for 8:30, the rail would be all quiet and shut up, but it's really busy, as you can probably hear.
Yes, yeah. In the background, we've got 2 engines coming into steam. Drivers taking them over, which haven't done any miles. Like you say, at 8:30 in the evening is pretty crazy. And I think they're about to do 50 or 60 miles in the dark. So good luck to them. They have fun.
Brilliant, mate. Well done.
Cheers, Chris.